The tone of the film was actually one of the things that I was A, most concerned about, and B, was one of the most difficult things about the script. So it's a beautiful film that really kind of delves into what it means to be lonely and to truly connect with other people, but the premise of it actually has these aspects of thriller and horror, and there's bits of comedy, and so it's got a really nice blend of a bunch of different genres, which is really challenging.
As a director, was that a pretty daunting task to see that on the page and know that you love the story, but then come up with the idea of how you're gonna transfer that to a concept that an audience is going to embrace?
I think before every shot, I would sort of do like a tone check. Like, is everyone cool? Like, are we hitting our where we want to land? One of my producers, my producing partner Meredith Burke, her like main job was to make sure that we weren't teetering on either side of that line. And so I feel like, according to some of the audience feedback and whatnot, I think we pulled it off.
Do audiences know where they're going to end up, or is that kind of kept a mystery and then glued to your seat kind of a thing with the reveal?
Yeah, I think it's definitely just a mystery. There's definitely a mystery aspect. We give some subtle hints to the backstory for our main character Sunny, but it's really up to the audience to sort of try and figure out who she is and as the film is developing.
Okay.
So we actually tried to cast the film during pilot season, which I do not suggest doing that. All of our casting directors whom I've worked with before or had connections with, they said, "We love you. We have no time to cast your little independent film." And so our timing just wasn't hitting correctly. So we decided, okay, well, that means that we have to cast the film ourselves without a casting director. And so we posted the breakdown, and we got 4,000 submissions for the role of Sunny, and we got 2,000 submissions for the role of Jonah, which I, of course, was just like, are you kidding me? What are we going to do with this?
Wow.
And so we asked for 300 auditions for the role of Sunny and asked for about 100 from Jonah, and started slowly like whittling it down and whatnot. And both of these actors, Hannah Ward, I tell the story a lot, that you're sort of slouching on your computer and going through all these auditions, these taped auditions. And I very vividly remember leaning into the computer when her audition came up. So I was like, man, there is that intangible aspect of her performance. And I have to say, come see the film just for their performances. And then with Jay, Jay Hughley, he played such a subtleness to the character that made perfect sense for the direction that we were trying to go. And so both of them, they were just they fit perfectly. And then we had the conversation, and it just worked out so well. And I could not be happier. And the great thing is, I get all the credit for their amazing performances, and I feel like I didn't have to be on set. They nailed it.
You've been through 9 cities now with Sunny in the Dark, which is an achievement in and of itself. That's fantastic. So many festivals, so many different audiences are taking an interest in your film. How have those performances been received?
Well, actually, Hannah has won 3 Best Actress awards, and Jay has won a Best Actor award as well. Again, see the film for their performances. But yeah, and I think that's the other great thing about film festivals is for the filmmakers. Most of our films are going to end up online on those platforms and whatnot, and we don't get a chance to actually connect with the audiences, except for in situations like this, to where we get to show it in front of a festival audience. And so for me, that's been really great, just to be able to have. I love the Q&A so much, but I love the lobby conversations more. Yeah. So the Q&A is over, you stand awkwardly in the lobby, and you get to have real one-on-one conversations about what people are getting from the film. So
I love it. It's what festivals are all about.
Yeah.
And again, about those awards, pretty affirming for you as a director. You're doing something right as well.
Yeah, it was. It's one of those things where I could not be happier for the fact that they've gotten the recognition for their hard work. So it's just a testament, again, I think, to the beauty of the script and to the beauty of the film. So.
Love it. Tell us the story about the screenwriter, Mr. Madden.
So Mike Madden, he's a friend of mine, and we were in a writers group together. and I was writing a film that will never see the light of day. So I watched him as he wrote Sunny in the Dark, 10 pages at a time. And by the time he got to page 30, most film scripts are 90 to 100 pages. By the time he got to page 30, I knew, like, this was mine. I had to tell this story. So he wrote the story, and I had to be the one to tell it. So I invited him out to coffee, and I said, I have no right to ask you this, but I have to tell this story. So you have 1 week to let me know, like, if you're willing to give me the rights to it. And so we met a week later, and he said, you're right. You have no right to ask me this, but yes, I'm going to give you the rights. And so I actually got the rights to the script for the price of a cup of coffee. I just knew it was something that I had to tell. And so the fact that he was able to sort of birth the script,
Yep.
and then that he gave me the ability to bring them to life is something that I will treasure always.